I'm delighted to be joined here by Muad Basil Rawi from the Arab Geophysical and Surveying Company, better known as Argas, one of the leading exploration company here in Saudi Arabia, but not only in mining. I mean, I hear also in the oil and gas field, in water and others. You specialize into the capacity of bringing the right information about the geological capacities of different territories. Can you tell me about this importance of information, how to build more initiatives to be able to bring the quality of the better data for different investors, and how this information is the real wealth of the territory itself, please?
Thank you. Yes, we are an exploration company that provides services to investments in oil and gas, geothermal, and definitely mining. They are all sharing the same subsurface knowledge and requirement, and that is acquiring data to validate and confirm and assess the reserves and resources available within any of our business. The value of data is critical. It's the value of information. It has a long-term value. Today in the kingdom, we are running a number of mines, and those mines are based on almost 50 years collected data. And data live much longer. The challenge in the short-term exploration investment cycle is that the investors tend to recover the cost of the acquired data in a short term, which is 3 to 5 years possibly, and they would expect that the price of the commodity will pay back. And this is like a moving target. The real challenge that we see today at a global level, the lack of available required resources needed in our industry. All the required minerals to support the population growth, support net zero, green energy, all of those components will require minerals. And simply, if over the years we acquired enough data continuously, even if little, but continuously, we would have identified pockets of excellence and pockets of minerals. You cannot recover the value of information required to assess your reserves in a short term. And the commodity prices will keep changing up and down. So today, economically, it makes sense. In a year's time, it wouldn't, or vice versa. So the challenge that we expect to recover the value of the data in a short term means that we will not going to invest enough to validate resources, and those resources are very much needed for the long-term success of the global population, not just for our generation, but many other generations yet to come.
I remember when we were discussing about this discussion here, you know, one of the issue that you have in the mining sector is that the mining sector has been very much driven by different niches. So you have experts in copper exploration, in lithium, in gold, but the understanding is, you know, maybe the real value is to be able to scope different licenses or different territories for a series of different minerals. That's what you specialize in, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, over the years, especially in late 70s, 80s, commodity prices controlled the investment into the mining sectors. When you go to schools and you ask or you talk to students, the picture they have about mining, it's dirty. People are being killed. No HSE awareness, which might be true in certain markets, but not to the majority of our industry, and definitely not to the people within our market here. Over the years, because of that commodity driving the price, the service has been fragmented.
Yes.
And most of technology houses and services been focused on niche markets, people who are experienced with lithium, they are not into base metals they cannot find gold. People who are experienced with gold, they are not into rare earth elements. Certain services been covered. So even when you speak to exploration service companies, some of them are focused only on airborne surveys. The others are on the ground. The others are only into the water. So it's fragmented, and we realized this a while back. And because of Vision 2030 and what we would like to develop and champion here in the Kingdom, 3 years ago, we are glad to establish a position as a Chief Collaboration Officer. We had a position established 3 years ago called Chief Collaboration Officer because we realized that nobody can do it alone. And we will require so much of information, so much of services, so much of engineering to be done to actually achieve the objectives. So what we establish is a network of affiliates. We gather the best of the best on the ground operation, the best in the water, the best in the air, graduatory of the highest end military application been adopted to accelerate our requirements of mineral exploration. And we build that network of affiliates. So if you acquire an acreage and you have a general license to look for lithium, gold, zinc, rare earth elements, we will be able to explore your acreage at once. And if you might be interested in gold, but we will find lithium. Mm-hmm. And not many people will be able to do that. We have specialized partners, and the data set and the survey design will be done jointly with the multiple partners to ensure that the acquired data will be able to serve a long life and wide range of services that will be able to support your exploration program. Mm-hmm. It might come at an additional investment, but it's definitely worth because it will reduce your risk, it will improve your knowledge of the area, and at the end of the day, it's a global data that in a number of years could be utilized by the government, by other investors to actually accelerate the mining development cycle in the market.
Yeah, actually, in one go, you would actually get a comprehensive understanding of all the underground resources into a specific territory. So that's very interesting to actually move forward on this, yes.
Absolutely. I mean, today there are a wide need of multiple type of minerals. We have been looking on different presentation and discussions in the morning, and the demand is huge, and it will only increase with time. And we need to be, as an investment community or exploration community, and definitely industry, need to be ready to capture this. And we cannot do this except by collaboration. The pie is too big, the requirements are too heavy, and nobody can do it alone. We need to collaborate. And we need to have technologies on the shelf ready for deployment. And demand is increasing, not just here in the region, not just in the Kingdom, it's at a global level. Some of those sensors, you will need to book them for 2 years.
Absolutely, yes.
They are not available. So we need to coordinate those efforts to ensure that exploration is successful and it will pay back to our generations.
Maybe relying on your exploration expertise and experience here on the Kingdom, obviously the Kingdom is based on the Arabian-Nubian Shield that has been also home of a series of large copper and gold mines in Sudan, in Egypt, in Turkey. But what do you think is the commodity or the minerals that has a stronger potential, that has been undervalued or underexplored here in the Kingdom, and maybe what province or what part of the Kingdom should be one that attracts more eyes and more investments?
Most of the ongoing resources in the Kingdom been run by geological and geophysical services or surveys been done around the 50s, the 60s. We as Argas, we run those services back in the late 70s and early 80s on the Arabian Shield mainly. Obviously, the Arabian Shield is very rich with minerals and it has the highest potential. However, there is a number of other minerals available in the eastern side of the kingdom and in the deserts as such silicon. The purity of the silicon in the kingdom is one of the highest in the world. I'm not in a position today without looking into variable information and maybe even without invading the confidentiality for our customers, state which mineral has the highest potential. But definitely there is a wide range of minerals that are available. And I would say the majority of them are underexplored because most of the exploration been done 50, 70 years ago. In the past few years, the kingdom through the ministry and the Saudi Geological Survey run a number of initiatives to collect more information and validate the wealth of the kingdom in relation to, and more information yet to come, and that will help us to validate the potential and the location of those services. Having said that, the Arabian Shield is super rich, obviously as examples because of the Nubian Shield split across the Red Sea. But I believe there are so many other potentials even way beyond the Arabian Shield, especially when it comes to lithium and rare earth elements in the north of the kingdom at the edges of the Arabian Shield and many other high potential up in the northeast of the kingdom. So there are a number of great possibilities yet to come, and we can know that only by acquiring accurate data, which is the mandate of Argas.
Maybe one last question. I mean, we all know the importance and the potential of the mining sector to build the jobs of the future for Saudi Arabia, to enhance the geopolitical position of Saudi Arabia. The success of this event is clearly showing the momentum that there is towards the mining sector. But what would be, according to you, an additional incentive or a reform or a specific tool or that would help the development of the mining sector in Saudi Arabia that could be implemented?
So, Argas was established 60 years ago. Today we are the oldest geophysical company in the world. It's a Saudi company.
Okay.
We are extremely proud of this. It operates beyond the boundaries of the kingdom. Over the past 60 years, we worked in almost 9 countries. Today we operate actively in 4. I'm proud to say we are not a technology company.
Okay.
We are the boots on the grounds. And we have our network of affiliates who are specialized technology houses. And our role in the innovation cycle is to support that innovation. Without the field implementation, the commercialization, and the field feedback back to the research and development cycle, no technology will develop. And that's our role. We contribute with our partners to the validation and commercialization of those technologies. We have a library of solutions are available to serve our communities, our customers. And this library are proven technologies that we continuously develop. Today we are in discussion with specific airborne surveys that will enable a 24-hour airborne survey continuously that will accelerate a 5-year program of an airborne into almost 9 months.
Okay.
24 hours operation today in the kingdom, most of the airborne activities over 4 hours in a day, daytime operation, when weather permit, when security permit. And it discontinued. You cannot operate on daily basis. You will operate 60% of a month. We are presenting an airborne survey for a multi-client solution that will enable 24 hours operation, day and night, continuous acquisition of data.
Interesting.
And that contribution to our field operation with our partners that bring in such unique technologies that are not available anywhere in the world, but been developed based on the information that we have from the local market. So we collaborate with universities and technology centers here in the Kingdom and to the Center of Excellence that recently been established by the City of King. And we take those challenges specifically to our region, trying to find solutions for it.
Okay. Muad, thank you very much for your expertise. I'm being told that we have to leave the stage for the next conversation, but I appreciate you sharing with us your knowledge of mining exploration. And maybe if the audience can join me, just thank you for your talks. I appreciate you being there.
Thank you. Thank you.